Hello YouTube, Roger from Practically Outdoors. Today I'm going to be trying to make micarta handles for my knife that I've been wanting to get together for the last little while. So stick with me and we'll see how it goes. So a little while back I bought a knife. It's a Perkin knife. It's Damascus. And it's just a blank, and I'm ready to make a handle for it. I've been looking all over for micarta, and I can't find any micarta anywhere. So with the help of the internet, which is one of the greatest teaching tools I found in a long time, I'm going to make some micarta. I couldn't find any, so I'm going to make it, and I think it's going to be a great complement to this knife. And what I've chosen is denim, just regular blue jean denim, and some fiberglass cloth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them in this mold. I'm starting out with a plastic tray to keep it clean. I've got a piece of plywood wrapped in parchment paper that's going to work as the bottom half of my clamp for my mold. I'm going to take all the layers, lay them in, mix them thoroughly with fiberglass resin, and when that hardens, I should have a material that's stronger than wood. Still be able to drill holes for the pins in the handle. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, we'll let that set for 24 hours and then we'll take care of it. See you tomorrow. Okay, it's been about 12 hours since I did this. Let's see how my micarta turned out. Well, it's hard. I don't know if my paper did the job. Oh yeah! I think I'm going to have a problem on this side. Ooh, yeah. That turned out perfect. about 1/4 inch thick. Just going to clean up the edges. And I should have something pretty cool. Denim Micarta. Yeah, that should look cool. Sweet. Okay, so I let this micarta set overnight. Next morning I came and I trimmed up the edges and cleaned it all up, and then I cut it in half. I cut both pieces in half, and what I did was I just split it down the middle, and now I've got two halves. And you can see that you can kind of see how the layering looks. You can see my denim fabric, the layering. They're hard as a rock. And I've gone ahead and I've drilled them out. And I've got them so that they fit the pins in my knife, the pinholes. So I drilled out the pinholes to match my 1/8 brass stock. So what I do is I take and I drill the pin through the micarta, through the knife hole. There's 3 holes in the blade. I drill the first one out, put the pin in. Then through the handle I drill the second one out, put the pin in. And then I drill the third one out, put the pin in. That way I'm guaranteed that all of my holes will line up with the pins. And then I repeat the process for the other side. Take that handle apart and then repeat the process for the other one. And then you get your scales and your pins line up. This is my first time making micarta. And for my first attempt, I'm pretty impressed with the way it turned out. I've got 17 layers of denim and fiberglass. So it turned out really well. Once I finish shaping this handle, it's going to be great. It's micarta handles to my knife. I've already pre-drilled the holes. So the next step, I'm going to dry fit this. And basically take my little brass pins. The holes in the knife handle had to be slightly enlarged to fit my brass pins, but now they fit perfectly. So take the pin through the knife blade into the micarta handle, pin 1, pin 2, and pin 3. So just tap those through. And come through the other side. Basically, you get a sandwich that looks like the micarta. With the knife blade empty. I've left a little bit of extra micarta outside the handle, so when I'm sanding it down, I can only sand to a stopping point where that's where I want to finish. I'm going to shape some of the front of this handle without the knife in it. So I'll pin it together and I'll shape it to get the desired shape. Like if I want a slight curve on the front of this handle, I'm gonna work on that without the blade, but it'll still be pinned together. So I'll have an even left and a right. So I'm gonna start like that. I'm gonna get a good basic knife shape, kind of sand it out of this, and then I'll pin it together. I'll glue it, and I'll do the final sanding, and have a knife. Well, I'm not sure if you can see it, but what I have here is I kind of pre-shaped the handles, and you can see by the little pencil mark I've got there. So I've gone ahead and I pre-shaped it, and then I've epoxied the handle to the knife, and I've inserted my pins. So I've got 1, 2, and you can't quite see it, but there's a third pin there, in there. So a little bit of pre-shaping, pre-sizing, got it all set up, clamped in. Now give it about 15-20 minutes for the epoxy to cure up, and I can start shaping this handle. Okay, this knife has had 2 dips into the polyurethane handle, and it's dry now, starting to harden up. Just going to take a little bit of polishing probably to get the little softer feel. It's got a little bit of roughness to it, but overall I think that's turned out pretty nice. That denim micarta looks unbelievable. It really looks great. So this has been a lot of work, but well worth the result. Pretty happy with it. So if you like this video, hit subscribe, like, share, tell your friends, check it out. Give me some feedback on the video. I'll be happy to hear what you got to say. Stay tuned for my knife giveaway. It won't be this knife, it's one I previously made. I'm really approaching the 100 subscribers, so I'm toning it down from the 1,000. I figured that was too big of a goal. I've had some feedback on that comment saying, you know, start with 100, go from there. So yeah, I'm approaching 100, and my first video is going to be a knife giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe. Got to be a subscriber. So I'll be picking of the 100 of my subscribers, I'll be picking one name and they'll be getting my knife. So hopefully I'll get in contact with them and send it to them. Could be you.